Hello everyone, welcome to Trendy Education, and in this video I'm going to explain you what is the attributes and what are the types of attributes in data mining. So before saying this, if you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and also share with your friends. And yeah, thank you. Let's get started. So what is attribute? So attributes in the sense which describes someone's characteristics or someone's property, but in data mining it's nothing but it will describe the feature of the data object. So this is what attribute mean. It just, and this is a data field. So the attribute is a data field which actually represents the characteristics or the feature of a data objects. So yeah, what is data objects in the sense? It is the place where the values, that is the data values, are stored, and the values whenever needed they can be retrieved from the data objects. So this is what the data object. So first of all, what is attribute in the sense? It is a data field which actually represents the behavior or the characteristics or the feature or something, so which describes feature. I'm writing feature, but here it means feature, the character, the property, the behavior of the data object. So I already explained you what is data object in the sense place where the data values are stored and retrieved. So this is what the data object. I'm giving you an example for this attribute. For storing a customer detail, you need the customer id, the name of the customer, like something salary, which department he or she belongs to. So this is what we need. So these are the values which are stored in the data object. So yeah, let's coming to the types. So there are basically 4 types of attributes for decision tree indexion. So what are those 4 types are? Binary, nominal, ordinal, and the fourth is the continuous attribute. So I will explain you these 4 attributes now. Now coming to the binary attribute. So what is binary? So by in the sense dual. So it is a dual attribute, that is it has only 2 values, that is the 2 outcomes. In decision tree inductions we are having some outcomes, right? So in binary attributes, the test condition will generate only 2 outcomes. So I'll give you some examples. 0, 1. So these are 2 attributes which represents false or true. So you can simply say it as false, true. So like this we are having the binary attribute. I will give you a real-time example. Let's say the body temperature. The body temperature of the animals, which is classified into 2 types. What are those? Warm-blooded animals and cold-blooded animals. So it has only 2 outcomes. One is warm-blooded and the another one is the cold-blooded. So this is what the binary attribute. It has only 2 potential outcomes. Only 2 outcomes, not more than 2 or not less than 2. So this is what the binary attribute. So yeah, let's discuss about what is nominal. So nominal attribute in the sense, generally what is nominal in the sense, it has different values but very few values. So this is what the nominal attribute. So it has many values, that is different values, but in binary we have only 2 values. In nominals we have more than 2 values. Second point here is the test condition can be expressed in 2 ways in nominal attributes. In binary attributes only one way is there to show the test condition. But in nominal attribute, we can express the test condition in two ways. What are those two ways? Here is the binary split and the multi-way split. For example, let's take marital status. For example, I'm taking the marital status. So you can, what are the three attribute values? Or single, married, divorced. So these are the three values we are having in the marital status. So I'm going to write it now in multi-way split. Here I'm going to write it in multi-way split. So using multi-way, I'm going to write the marital status as single, alone, married alone, and divorced alone. So this is what the multi-way split. Single alone in a tree, that is a child, and married. So this is what the multi-way split. Here the number of outcomes, that is this, the number of outcomes is equal to the number of distinct values. There are three distinct values. So we can easily distinct value equal to 3. So the number of outcomes also 3. So in multi-way splits, the number of outcomes is equal to the number of distinct values. This is what the multi-way split. But let's coming to the binary split. So in binary split, we are having only two outcomes. So we are going to split this into this alone and these two as a single set. Again, I am going to pair these two and this alone in a single set. And next I am going to pair these two and this is a single set. So this is how in binary, single is alone, married and divorced in same set. Again, divorced is alone, single and married is, and again here married is alone and single, divorced. So this is how the binary split will works. One is alone and another one is pair. So we are having some formula for the binary split. I'll write in the next page. I'll write formula for the binary split: 2k minus 1 minus 1. So this is the formula. Here the k represents the attribute value, that is the distinct value. So let, here we are having 3. As you can see, there are 3 values. So I am going to get, the k is 3. So I am going to substitute that this formula to this k equal to 3. So 2 to the power of 2 minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 equal to 3. So as you can see, there are, that the number is 3. So we are getting 3 binary outcomes, that is we are having 3 binary ways to split. Now coming to the ordinal attribute, the third type, ordinal attribute. So as we saw already in nominal, we are having 2 types as like same binary and multi-way. It can be split in 2 ways, which are the binary and multi-way splits. And in this, the attribute value, that is the test condition attribute values, can be grouped. Here the attribute conditions are grouped based on a particular order. So this is what values are grouped based on order. So If the order is not correct, that is, if the decision tree non-violates the order, it will stop the grouping. If it non-violates, that is, the order non-violates, the grouping will stop. It will stop that grouping. So this is what the ordinal attribute. So I will give you an example. Let's take shirt size. Shirt means you can take any dresses: small, medium, large, extra large. So here I am going to split the tree. Shirt size: small, comma medium, large, comma extra large. Again, so here in this, small and medium are ordered, large and extra large are ordered. So this is an attribute, this is a correct decision tree. And this is, here the small is alone and the medium, large, extra large, this is ordered. And here small and medium are separated and large and extra large are separated, and this non-violates the grouping. So this is not an ordinal, and we will stop here. So yeah, let's coming to the last attribute. What is that? Is continuous attribute. So yeah, now coming to the last topic, continuous attribute. So continuous attribute is nothing but the number, that is, it is mostly based on real numbers, because the numbers will continue. This continuous word means that it represents some type of numbers. For example, let's take the age of person, height of person, weight of person. So something like not only about a person's height or person's weight, someone's or something's, it is either a thing or place, something. So it is normally based on real numbers. And the second one is, it can be expressed in two ways. As we saw before, we are having binary and multi-way split, but here we are having binary split, and the other one is the range query split. So what is range query? In the sense, it determines some range. For example, 10,000 to 20,000. So it's a range. So like this, we are having a range, but it is a continuous value. And it can be also a comparison value. It can be expressed as a comparison value, which is also called as a comparison test. So now I will give you an example for the binary and the range query. So yeah, now coming to the binary split. So what is binary? We already know that binary is something which has only two potential outcomes. So as like this, so I am taking example, the person who are eligible to take votes and not eligible to take votes. So as we know already, the person who are more than 18 can vote. So as like this, the age, if the age of the person is less than 18, then less than 18, not eligible, right? If the person's age is less than or equal to 18, then he or she is eligible to vote. So this is how the binary. So this is the real numbers, as I said, real numbers based on age. So now coming to the range query. So for range query, I'm taking example the annual income of a person. Okay, the annual income of a family or a person, something. So now take the annual income of a family less than 10k, 10k to 25k, 25k to 50k, like that, 50k to 75k, and this is greater than or equal to 75k. So as you can see here, it is a range. So this means that this is between 0k to 10k, like that. This means 70k up to whatever. Okay, so you can see here, this range is something called as the range query. So it will continue as like this also continue, but here we are considering this as a binary outcome, but here it is a range query. So hope you understand this video. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to share with your friends if you like this video. Yeah, thank you, bye.